I need to remember what freedom feels like. This marriage drains me. I need a break. That was the text message Joe Thompson received from his wife only 4 months after their wedding. He read it twice, his hands trembling, not from shock, but from realization. And his reply, cold, measured, final. Don't return to my house. She thought he was bluffing. She thought he'd beg. She was wrong. What followed became one of the most unexpected stories of calm revenge and emotional rebirth you'll ever hear. Viewers, let me ask you, if the person you love walked out claiming they needed freedom, would you fight for them or give them exactly what they asked for? Tell me your thoughts in the comments. Joe Thompson was the kind of man every mother wanted her daughter to marry. 36. Disciplined, quiet, reliable to a fault. He believed in love the same way he believed in Sunday mornings. Steady, pure, worth showing up for. When he met Anna, she was radiant. Not just beautiful, but magnetic. Her laughter turned heads. Her charm filled the room. Her confidence drew Joe in like light through glass. They met at a friend's engagement party. Anna had just ended a long, messy relationship with her college sweetheart, Tyler, and Joe seemed like the opposite of every man she'd ever dated. Stable, kind, deliberate. Within a year, they were married. The wedding was simple but elegant, the kind of ceremony people called a fresh start. But beneath the smiles and honeymoon photos, Anna carried something she never told Joe. She wasn't ready for forever. She liked the idea of being married, the applause of it, the ring, the title Mrs. Thompson. But the commitment, the quiet routines, the loyalty, those felt like chains to someone who had always thrived on attention and freedom. Joe didn't see the cracks forming. He saw a wife who smiled at breakfast, who said, "I love you," before bed, and who posted pictures of them with captions like, "My forever man." What he didn't see were the messages Anna still exchanged with her ex Tyler, the just checking in texts that slowly became flirty memories, and then something darker. By the 4th month, Anna's discontent grew louder. She felt suffocated by Joe's stability, by how predictable love had become. One quiet Wednesday afternoon, Joe was in his office reviewing quarterly reports when his phone buzzed. He smiled when he saw Anna's name. She always texted him around lunch. Then he opened the message, and the world tilted. "This marriage is draining me. I need a break. I need to remember what freedom feels like. Don't call or text me for 2 weeks." At first, Joe thought it was a joke. Anna loved her dramatic humor. But the sharpness of those words, draining freedom, hit differently. He called her once, twice, 10 times. No answer. By the time he rushed home that evening, her closet was half empty. A faint scent of her perfume lingered in the hallway, mocking him with every breath. Joe stood there, still holding his phone, the message glowing on the screen. He didn't cry. He didn't curse. He just stared at her last words until they stopped feeling like text and started feeling like truth. And in that silence, something inside him quietly broke, and something else began to harden. The first 2 nights after Anna left were endless. Joe barely slept. Every hour he checked his phone, hoping she'd text again, say it was just an impulsive outburst, that she didn't mean any of it. But her silence was absolute. The house was painfully quiet, like even the walls refused to speak. He found himself replaying memories like reruns of a show he no longer enjoyed, their first date at the rooftop cafe. The way she'd leaned across the table and said, "You feel like safety." He thought that meant love. Now he realized it might have meant comfort, something to hold on to until she found excitement again. By the 3rd day, Joe stopped waiting for her message. Instead, he started noticing little things around the house that hurt more than her absence. The half-empty perfume bottle on the dresser, the coffee mug she always used, the folded note she'd once left on his desk that said, "I'm lucky to have you." Those words felt like mockery now. On the 4th morning, Joe opened Instagram to distract himself. He hadn't been active in weeks, but curiosity was louder than reason. He typed her name in the search bar, and there it was, Anna, smiling at a rooftop bar. Her hair loose, her shoulders glowing in the city lights. She looked radiant, alive. Nothing like the woman who had called her marriage draining. But it wasn't her beauty that froze Joe's heartbeat. It was the man beside her, Tyler, the ex she'd once described as a mistake I'll never repeat. In one photo, their hands brushed. In another, she was laughing with her head thrown back. And in a short video clip, she raised a glass to the camera and said, "Freedom feels good." Joe didn't comment. He didn't message her. He didn't call. He simply stared at the images until the light